know what, D? I have to agree with you. Max Landis is not as clever as he thinks he is.
This whole movie was not that clever.
It wanted to be clever, but it's not.
It wanted to be bigger than what it was. You know what? Bright to me was really just without just going right into it. Bright was really. It was like a teenager that tried to write this big high fantasy type thing where he thought he was being clever in school, but really when you get down to it, he's just throwing a whole bunch of stuff he likes into one big story, and it doesn't make no cohesive sense. It was kind of like that. Like, sure, yeah, the part with the robots and the Sailor Scouts was cool, but it didn't make a lot of sense. It was sort of like that.
I mean, there's a lynch orc in this movie, and I was like, I don't know how to feel about that.
Wait a minute, there was?
Yes, there was.
I didn't see that. All I saw was
brief, but there was one. Lynched orc, it was a painting actually of a lynched orc, but still.
Okay, all right, I seen that. You know what, man? All right. How is it that you're going to try to make that you're going to paint the picture of rich versus poor, and
make the elves the rich people because of course they're.
But here's the funny thing about that. It's kind of funny. They didn't really dive into the elves like that outside the magic wand, because most of the shit you saw was orc on orc crime.
Let me tell you something. Mr. Not Lee Pace, Edgar Ramirez, playing the freaking elf that works in the FBI's magic division. I was expecting the elves to be kind of like these bougie people, and I'm like, they're just rich white people, like you said. Which, by the way, folks, go to our timeline and look up the Bright commentary that D did. It's fucking hilarious. Because it's like him and his wife, D and Angie, his wife, had a very good conversation, and it was just hilarious of how they were really dissecting this and trying to figure out this movie.
It really was, because when you really get down to it at the end, my wife kind of turned my thoughts on it. Because here's the funny thing, I will say this off the break: as this is a bad movie, okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you straight up, it's a bad movie. It doesn't deserve the BS it's getting, though.
It was very middle of the road to me. It doesn't
deserve.
Yeah, I'm leaning.
It's not even middle. Look, see, I get people that say. See, I haven't heard. You're the only person I heard that said middle of the road. Everybody's either sucking all of the dick of this movie, or they
I don't know
absolutely
anybody
hate
that's
it.
sucking this movie's dick.
Man, I have way too many people on my timeline and Facebook. Man, Bright was cool as shit. Man, Bright was cool as shit. Yeah, I fucks with Bright. Yeah, and then I have the other half.
They fucks with Will Smith. That's why.
You see, that's what it is. It really is. It's Will Smith. It's
I like Will Smith too, but like I remember.
By the way,
yeah,
I agree with Lucas. That nigga's charm can only take you so far, and it ain't 1999 no more.
listen. I remember why. Okay, so saw the screen and D didn't come. It was me and goddamn. Shit.
Was it Sam?
Sam. I remember coming out the movie and I was like, it was decently entertaining. And then I had to go back, and when they dropped Friday, I was like, let me rewatch this again. Just to get some context here. And I'm just sitting back and I'm like, this movie was so much stuff. Like, here's my thing. I hated the fact when I first saw this, I saw the corrupt cop angle coming a mile away.
Man, and that's the problem. And that's why.
And usually I excuse that out of movies, but it's like, yo, I saw that shit coming like
you
2
seen
scenes
it coming
ago.
a mile away. And then the part where I was like, and I told myself they was going to do one part in slow motion, and they did. It was when the orc was getting beat down by the police.
I was waiting for an ego spiritual to come up, D. I'm telling you.
Oh, you mean an orc spiritual would have been really... Speaking of which, you mean to tell me orc music is nothing more than metalcore? And he was like, it's a beautiful song. It's about it's about romance and all that. It will, and that's another thing. The movie, I knew the movie is going to be full of Will Smith banter. If you don't know what Will Smith banter is, look at Independence Day. Look at look at Men in Black. Look at Bad Boys. Look at there's another movie that's not coming to my mind right now. Look at Hancock, where it's like two people conversating, and somehow Will Smith has the upper hand, where he could be either a dickhole or
No, he was a
or
dick
it's
to that orc.
he was a dick to that. Or it's always that like, yeah, yeah. You know what? This is great, but you know what I like? That type of shit. You know what I mean? He did that.
A
He did that in
dead orc.
Hitch. He did that in Hitch too. And see, that's a part of his charm, though. That's a part of Will
Yeah.
Smith's charm. It's amazing that Will Smith has been going down a checklist of stuff he needs. After Earth was the only diversion that he has done from all of his movies. It is the worst one. So that tells you something
Gotta
about
be
Will
real
Smith.
about this. His charm kind of diminished a little bit with that racist mustache of his. I'm sorry, it's just
That racist mustache.
that
No,
racist.
it was so funny. My wife louder than me when she saw his wife. She's like, wait a minute, for real, Will?
I was expecting the black wife.
Then his
Like,
daughter-
I thought it was gonna be
his
like
daughter
Gonzalez. I thought it was gonna be the other chick, Fancy from fucking Jamie Foxx show or something. That was gonna be his wife. I'm
You
like,
thought it was really thought it was going who was Dubois? Not Dubois.
Garcella, whatever her name is and stuff.
Whatever, fancy, like you said, fancy off all.
I thought it was gonna be her because I mean, every movie up to this point, he's always had like a black wife or something like that. Or
No. Ever since Hancock, you gotta remember, white people got a hold of. Wait a minute, Hancock, 7 pounds. His wife was white, wasn't she? And 7 pounds, wasn't that a white girl?
Mixed.
No, hey, Chris. What the white people see her as?
Black. They see her as black. You're right. You're right.
They didn't see her as black. They saw her as white. Look, and then I was like, well, she's probably Spanish. And then his daughter showed up. She's biracial. Really, Will?
Yeah, can I be real about this? I didn't buy for a second that that was his wife. I'll be honest with you. There was zero chemistry. Zero.
There was chemistry. This is like you can tell Will Smith only
He
gives.
had better chemistry with his wife in After Earth than this movie.
No, don't do that. Don't you dare do that. There's nothing human about Will Smith in that movie.
No, you will not.
No, you will not. I feel so bad for Jaden. Jaden had to sit there and do that movie. I felt so bad for him.
You know what the revenge was, right? He's sitting back laughing at his dad doing this movie fucking bright, like, don't have to be in this fucking movie.
You know what it was? He already got his revenge doing that Dennis Rodman walking out in public with wedding dresses crap. He got his revenge on Will off the break. All right, Dad, it's like that. But check this shit out.
Then his dad gets him back. Hey, son, guess what? I got some good news for you. Get some big money here. You're going to be in Bright 2. What?
There better not be a Bright 2.
Oh, no, there is going to be a Bright 2. They already greenlight that.
Of course there will be.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But anyway, this movie does everything that you see coming a mile away when it comes to when you think of LA cops. It's all right. When you say LA cop movie, think of all the tropes that you can think of that you might see in an LA cop movie, and you will be correct. Yeah. Is it gonna be Chicano gangsters? You better believe it. It's gonna be black. It's gonna be black gangsters. Really? Is it gonna be black dudes with do rags? Damn right. There's gonna be a strip club scene. Yep.
No orc titties. You failed, sir. You failed, Ayers.
I said there was no orc titties. You mean to tell me you're in a fantasy LA and you have the ability to have an orc up there twerking?
Elves are throwing dollars at strippers. How was there no elf strippers?
Exactly. There was no elf stripper. Well, you see, you got to understand that elf strippers are a little bit higher class, and they were clearly in East LA, so that wasn't going to happen.
True, but still, I mean, elves are throwing money at them strippers. I'm just saying, can we get a little diversity in the strippers or something?
Here's the funny, and like I said, with all that crap going on, I agree with my wife, though. The second half of the movie all of a sudden gives you something that you can actually digest. Yeah. And it's funny because that's the problem with the movie. It ain't the second half of the movie. No, it's connecting the first to the second half, and it's a mess. And that's when it becomes a mess because all of a sudden, like the big complaint I had was we're 30 minutes in and you start mentioning magic wands while at the same time we got to shoot this orc in the fucking head. It's like, dude, you can't. It's amazing that Savage Dragon, the USA cartoon, did a better job of this crap than they did.
Can I be real about this?
Makes no sense.
The first half of the movie, you know what the problem is? They sell you on this world of orcs, elves, fairies, and stuff, right? but it's still
there weren't enough fairies.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Sorry, there weren't enough fucking fairies.
It was like 2 total, but still, it was
two
like
total.
Yeah, two total. But here's the problem: you have orcs, elves, and all these people, but like it still looks like fucking bummy ass East LA. Like there's nothing magical about it. I was like at one point, people. Let me tell you something here. There's a scene, right, where there's a dragon flying over LA, and I'm like, yo, I want to know the story on this because you can't have a dragon just flying over LA and just throw that in there and not acknowledge that. Oh, you're going to do that movie? You're not going to acknowledge there's a dragon? Okay.
I mean, yo, that's air traffic control. Got to deal with that thing and everything. Y'all couldn't even drop it in like in the news or something like rogue dragon still flying over L.A.
Random scene where a dragon takes up a gang leader while they're having a shootout or something like that. I'll take that.
Yo, and then on top of that, you mean to show me you give me one scene with a fairy and we don't see a fairy until the very, very fucking end of the movie. Also, why are the fairies are actually menaces? We get to see that one of them are like, they like fuck with shit, but yeah, that's one thing. Fucking with a bird feeder. But why do you want to see a fairy get beat up?
I don't
really, honestly. Why do you? And I know the context of what do you mean, D? Wait, is that like, some with gay people or something like that? Like, no, maybe. I don't know. That's what happened when the movie doesn't explain.
But here's the thing. But D said it best. When he gets his second half and the action ramps up, there was a tweet D said where he said Numi Rapace, it's like she has the freaking cheat codes. I mean, her and her crew worked through everybody.
She kept on hitting circle, bro, because all she did was dodge, roll, dodge, roll, dodge, roll. Yo,
and snap, shoot.
I was like, yeah, and it made me laugh because I really said this, and tell me if I'm wrong. She played the same character that Zhang Ziyi played in Rush Hour 2.
No bullshit.
It's the exact same character.
The quiet character who can kick ass and takes names, and and both lead characters can't fight one-on-one with her, so there's that.
Hey, Numi, do me a favor. Put on these contacts and look at the sky like you're high as hell. There you go. That's her whole character. That is her whole character. Oh, God.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing, too. Here's the thing. All right. Now, the whole thing with the orcs and stuff, right? Here's what got me, all right? I don't know where on the tier list that the orcs are in terms of, like, race, because it seems like they're on the same spectrum as, like, say, like, the black and Hispanic characters. Because that one part where, like, you had Will and the orc cop and Jay Hernandez character, right? And Jay Hernandez was like, hey, don't look at me, man. They still mad at us for the fucking Alamo. And I was like, because, the Alamo, Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah, but when he said that, that's when it hit me. I was like, okay, stop, movie. You're going to have to tell me this. Why are black people and Latinos still in the ghetto?
And are the orcs allegory for black people? Because it seems like that's the only thing orcs are in this movie. They're not.
That's what I'm saying. Are they an allegory for blacks and Latinos? What is it?
I haven't seen a rich orc. Can I get a middle class orc?
No middle class orcs. I think Jacoby was the only middle class.
Jacoby's the lone middle
class orc.
Yo, now don't get me wrong. I like the idea of the other orcs looking at him like a traitor.
He has a condo in Venice Beach.
I like now. I do like the one aspect that the other orcs are looking at him like a fucking traitor, but still, it comes off too much like how black people look at that one successful black dude. Like, you changed, dog. You changed.
Exactly. And it really frustrated me that a white guy wrote this. So it's like, shut up.
No, D. Not just any white guy. Max Landis. Okay, you got to specify this shit.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Max Landis has not met one black person without there being a little white person introducing said black person to him.
In a year where we had Nick Spencer write Sam Wilson really good, which I still maintain he had a black ghostwriter. I don't know what the fuck you tell me.
I don't think he did.
He had somebody black look over that shit. He had to. There's no way. He had to.
And that's funny that I told you that shit. I told you that shit. It was so funny. The second you gave that to a black person to do, all of a sudden it turned into this corny book. And I was like, ain't that about a bitch? You give it to a black person. Finally, we got a black person right for a black character. It's like, wait a minute, what is this? What is this?
Then you look up the credentials, it's like you gave it to the guy that helped write the Boondocks and a lot of these black comedies, which is fine, but you don't put him on a Sam Wilson book here. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, I don't know. Look, that's beside the point. The point is, and you said this would have done better if it was a black person writing it or a person of color. I don't think that's the problem.
Can I specify that?
Yeah.
I think it was more. I needed to specify more in the fact that I feel that he probably should have ran this by some black writers to kind of like, hey, am I on the right track here of doing this?
I'm pretty sure he gave it to a black person that only spent 4 days in the hood. Like he gave it to that black person. Like, hey man, I don't know. Does this sound like a black person? The black person he showed it to was a black dude that lived in Beverly Hills too, but he didn't know. But he was like, yeah, my cousins kind of act like that.
Oh man, this is tight, bruh.
Yeah, this is kind of tight, man. Yeah. Where your family? They live in Richmond, California. Well, they don't live in Richmond. They live outside of Richmond. But yeah,
yeah, they talk like that, man. I went to the local corner store, man. It was crazy. Yeah, man, this works. I'm like,
yo, and I had to ask a good question. I was like, where did the $90 million go in this job? And my wife said it very eloquently. Orc makeup.
Yeah,
Will Smith.
There's put this way.
Orc makeup and Will Smith. That's where it went to.
There's a lot of makeup on the orcs and a lot of background characters too. Because here's the thing: there's a fucking minotaur in this. There's like a what the fuck is the name of those
centaur?
Centaurs. There's like there's a centaur cop.
I didn't see a centaur cop.
You don't remember that part where that orc was getting his ass whooped and stuff, and that centaur cop was hanging back?
I'm sorry. I have to look at that now.
You didn't watch it? That part where that Will and them pulled up and stuff, and then Jacoby and them were watching the LAPD whoop that orc's ass, and that centaur cop is just hanging back, and I'm like, damn, ain't that a bitch?
I like how. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, it was like a scene and a half later from there. There was this white guy swinging a sword around, and all they did was slowly get the sword away from him and put him in a car. I was like, I like how this is a fantasy world, and a white person can still act crazy and threaten the cops and still not get shot or beat down.
Just a second ago, an orc was like, "What about my rights? Fuck you, orc!" Bam! It's like, damn.
And then look, and you know what? I got a question, and I say, "Fuck you, Max Landis," and I'm gonna say, "Double fuck you to Will Smith." Only reason why is because, and I know you're acting, Will, but for real, fuck you for even letting it go. You turned to Jacoby and said, "So I'm gonna trust you to do that." Oh God!
Wow! Yo, when he said that, I was like, "Did he just say that?"
Like, no. It was. They showed one part where it was like, the second they had there was a whole thing. They were like, we're going to turn on so we're going to put the wand on Jacoby and say that he's the one that did it and all that. We're going to kill him, right? And I was like, hey yo, The Wire did it better. Also, Street Kings. Also Crash.
Let me tell you something.
Also Bad Boys.
How is it?
Also, look, Chris. Also Appleseed.
Yo, when you said Appleseed, I lost it. I was like, let me get up from this desk. God damn it.
Like, Appleseed D for real. Yo, I'm like, yeah, Appleseed. Appleseed did a lot of this shit better.
Hey, it's just sad that when I saw Ike Barinholtz, I was like, oh, he's the racist cop. Sure enough, racist cop. I was like, well, there you go.
The second I saw him show with that mustache, I'm like, Ike, what are you doing in this movie? Did you just want an excuse to call an orc a nigger? Is that all you really wanted?
Nigga.
Also, Margaret Chow. Hey, Margaret Chow. Hey, Margaret. This is the only movie that would accept you, was it? Okay, cool, whatever.
see, as fucked up as that sounds, D, you ain't lying though. I'm like, man, I mean, I like your comedy, Margaret, but it's like, man, you come back and then
like
bright.
Nigga, you like a comedy? All right, cool.
Hey, it's decent enough. I ain't laughing out loud, but it's decent enough. It's like, I
don't know, man. I don't know. I think to like her, you got to be a feminist or you have to be a lesbian. I'm neither, so there ain't nothing I can do.
It's like, yo, like. And also, I think Ike Barinholtz, he got conned into this because he thought it was Suicide Squad 2 and shit. So, that's why he's in this movie.
You think so? You think so? if Ike Barinholtz said something like that, he's a dick for that. Like, nigga, you got checked, dude. Shut up.
So David Ayers called me and he said, "I need you for Suicide Squad 2." I get on the set. I just saw a dude dressed as an orc. What the hell, David?
David Ayers. Here's the funny thing. And I said it because David Ayers didn't direct this thing to horribly. It was really badly written. It could have dealt with a better editor.
Oh,
and it really could have. If this was edited better, it would have flowed a lot better.
Yep.
If you got rid of a good chunk of that first half of that movie, it would have flowed a whole hell of a lot better.
You know what it reminded me of, and it's probably because it's the same guy that did it. It reminded me of the editing from Straight Outta Compton.
It did?
A little bit. Especially like a little because the same guy that did it was at Microtronic. He edited that. And he also, funny thing is, you look at all the stuff he edited. He did Two Guns. He did Straight Outta Compton. He did the Green Hornet, which kind of reminds me of Green Hornet a little bit on the editing. If I really had to compare it, he did a lot of good movies, and it's like, man, what happened here in Bright? Like, why is the editing?
No. You said Two Guns.
Like the buddy copness of Marky Mark and Denzel.
Bring it in, dude. Bring it in. It's a strong word for Two Guns.
Edward James Olmos. Come on, man.
You just like Edward James Olmos, man. That's all that is. You give a movie 2 extra points for that.
Nah, it's more like I gave 2 extra points because I'm like, oh, it's Denzel and Marky Mark, 2 guys that I really like. So hey, why not?
That's the reason why you gave so far my worst movie of the year a 2.
Transformers 5?
Dude, I'm surprised, and it's not even me joking. I'm going through all the bad movies I skipped this year and seeing how bad they are. Transformers is fucking Mike Tyson right now, man. Nobody is beating him.
I'm really looking back on it. It's amazing how the general audience is just like, yo, we are not paying for your shenanigans, Michael Bay. We're done with you.
It's official. It is official, man. Because you telling me like it's going to be better with a new director? No, I think the stank is already there. There's nothing you can.
I think it's a new director. And
I feel bad for John Cena. I feel bad for John Cena. He's like, nobody's going to watch this motherfucker.
They're going to think I'm Marky Mark. What the hell?
John Cena like, great. Finally, I get called for one. It got to be the bad one. I feel bad.
Okay, so like so for the Bright, when it gets to the second half, it really ramps up. It ramps up on the tropes and stuff. Like again, as D said, the freaking Mexican gang and stuff. One of them had to be in a wheelchair, of course, because why not?
Of course, one of them had to be in the wheelchair, man. And the one thing that really got me, though...
Know who I thought was going to be in there?
The shitbag. The shitbag he had.
Oh, no. You know who I thought was going to actually pop up in this game? Hector from Fast and the Furious. I swear to God, I thought his ass was going to be in that game.
You did too?
You did too? God, I was like, where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, shit, he ain't there. You let me down, movie. You let me down, Ayers.
Second they drove off and I saw a pickup truck, I was like, yep, wouldn't be an LA movie without there being a chase scene for no stupid reason.
Sponsored by GMCD. Come on now.
Oh my God. The whole thing with the magic wand, it took way too long to get that plot out there.
Interesting. Just in the aspect of the fact that you have a magic wand. And again, it's this idea of you give us this world, and even I at the beginning of the movie was like, so where's the magic wands and shit? Because you got this crazy... Because you know what? I thought the dude in the street with the sword, I thought he was like some Merlin type character. I thought that's what they were going to try to play off. And I guess, and I think he is a Merlin character because he has like the Knights of whatever bullshit etched on his neck or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was weird with that. They really didn't. Yeah, they kind of glossed over that. They really didn't go into that.
How the FBI got a magic division? I really want to know how that happened.
Easy. Second L showed up. You know what? Actually, my better question is this. Okay, so if orcs and elves exist in this freaking world, you mean to tell me that the makeup of America and all the rest of them, all the rest of the countries are still the same?
I mean, that orc guy did say that when they were down in Miami, it was actually very peaceful.
Oh yeah.
Compared to
Speaking
LA.
of which, fuck you, Landis, for that.
Oh, because he saved me, Dad.
You just told me because right there, that whole section, not the whole scene, but when he said, "Yeah, man, back in Miami, it used to be peaceful," I'm thinking to myself, this was in a movie before. And some Latinos said the exact same thing.
What
Come out
movie?
here to LA, man, and everybody shooting each other. Like, yo, are you
What movie
serious?
was it?
I don't know. I don't know, but it makes me feel like for real. So the orcs are Latinos now. Look, pick a race. Pick one.
They're either black
Just
or
pick one.
Latino.
Or just do this. Or just do this. Hey, the orcs came from Texas. You know what? I believe it. I'll believe it. I'll believe it. I believe it. I got this far in the movie. But when you pick when you say Miami, the first thing you think, and when you say Miami, you think minority. The first thing that pops in your mind is Cuban. So why would you even? It's like, yo, did a 14-year-old write this? Did a 14-year-old write this? Then the part where he's like, I can't dead. That part right there, I was like, sure you can't, son. Sure
Yeah, because we take from training day now, apparently.
Yeah, apparently, Edgerton did what what's the face did in training day.
Only thing that was missing was the orc looking at him like, ain't that a bitch? All right, guys, let him up.
The only thing I can say, at least he shot him.
Didn't see that coming. I thought he was gonna let him go. Like, son of a bitch, they took from training day, didn't they? Didn't they take from training day?
Did actually.
Damn it.
I told it to my wife, like, so where did that hole go to? She's like, I don't know.
I was like, yo, is that going down to the gates of hell? What's going on here? Can we get something?
She was like, I guess.
Is the Balrog from Lord of the Rings gonna pop up out the hole after Jacob?
Hey, yo, exactly. See, that's my problem too. Where the Balrog at? You mean to tell me in this whole movie there ain't no one Balrog?
We got dragons, fairies, orcs, elves, and I'm like, so can we get Balrog here? That'd be nice.
Something, man. Something. All these, I did say this. All these orcs, all these orcs everywhere. I don't see my new Bennett nowhere. This is some bullshit.
Which, you know what's funny? Everybody in Lord of the Rings was like the orcs in that one were like allegories for black people. And at first I was like, man, you guys are kidding. They're just orcs. Then I watched this movie. I'm like, you son of a bitches. Man, Max Landis basically solidified that fucking damn rumor. God damn it.
To me, orcs will always just warriors. And yes, black people will look to be as warriors and all that. Because you can say the same thing about I know it ain't the same level, but like the super, like Saiyans, how everybody say, oh, those are black people. Yeah. And even with dynamics, we still say the same thing with them. Oh, they're the black people because they're earthy. They're with the earth.
No, they were a little bit of Jewish / Hispanics. They got murdered.
I don't know about Jewish, man.
Hey, Frieza hit the Jewish. Hey, Frieza hit him with that Holocaust. I'm just saying, it was mass killings here.
Nigga, what? That happened to every. Look, you can't do that, Chris. You can't do that. You can't make that comparison, bro.
Okay, you're right.
Here's the thing. But that whole part had me laughing, and then the elves show up, and you know what? It's funny. As cool as it was when the elves did their thing, finally showed up. They were some of the most B-rated. I mean, wow. Outside of Numi, and the way she went out was like, yo, you deserve to die. And of course, Will Smith is the one
because he's Will Smith, man. Come on now. You here's the thing. You want to know where I kind of figured out that Will Smith was the one? So you remember in Independence Day, right? He punches that alien, right? And then the alien later on, when they cut it open, you find out it's like armor. So I'm like, so let me get this right. The whole time Will Smith punched the armor of the alien and knocked it out. Okay, he's magic.
Exactly.
He's magic. All right,
fine. Will Smith is magic. Cool. Yeah, Will Smith is magic. I think we have to realize that. Remember that scene of Men in Black where he got knocked back and fell into got hit, ran into the garbage truck. And he saw those roaches. Yeah. And he magically kicked the corner end of that thing. All those roaches fell out, and he just knew magic. He felt all the roaches right there, I guess. It didn't make no sense. You know what? But even when he picked it up, I was like, well, of course he had to be, because you got to realize, he's black.
And the funny thing is, Will and Joel, they actually kind of sort of had a, Nick Nolte, Eddie Murphy kind of vibe going for them and stuff. Again,
Nah.
ripping from 48 Hours a little bit, just on. It worked for a little bit and stuff, just because of what they're working and stuff. It wasn't cohesive, not really, but it worked for what they were trying to do.
It was. I will say this though, as much as I really hated that back and forth banter, they did pop off at least 2, maybe 3 jokes in there where I said, "Okay, that was funny." You know what I mean? I forgot, and I got to be real with you. I forgot what they were, and that's actually a bad thing too. That's a bad thing too, because I retain a lot of information, and when I can't pull up a good joke, that's not a good. You know what I mean? But it was more of, would it happen? It got a smirk out of me. I was like, all right, you won that one. D laughed. I laughed.
But it's like, for me, it's just ultimately like when I look at the whole movie, the whole thing of, okay, we gotta get this magic wand. They got this little girl, who's kicking ass, and then she uses the wand, and it's like, all right, cool, I guess. And then corrupt cops, and then chases, and oh man, are you gonna watch my back because I don't know you can watch mine because this backstory with him letting the orc go, and it's like, okay, that's cool. And then predictably
it turned into every cop movie you seen, man.
Predictably enough, I let him go because he was the wrong person. Because of course he was the wrong person.
And I let him go because it was like I got a little bit frustrated. I got a little bit frustrated with the movie when he said, "Come on, man, he was a little kid. He didn't know what he do. Y'all would have ate him alive," and all that. I was like, oh God, this is every cop movie I've seen. But like I said, this is not the worst movie of the year. By far, it is not. And I mean, when I say by far, I'm watching quote unquote the worst movies right now. Flatliners is amazingly worse than this.
Side note on Flatliners. Okay, so what I liked about the original Flatliners, it didn't go mystical. It was just, hey, people doing fucked up shit, and they have some sort of, like, oh shit, I like being alive. This is kind of crazy. I didn't like the supernatural aspect of this Flatliners thing. It didn't really jive with me personally and stuff.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't remember the first Flatliners well enough. Yeah. I just know that this one didn't do a really good job of anything. And when you really thought it was going to be like, they didn't do it. Huh. Okay, fine. Another one. This is like, oh man, this is the worst movie of the year. No, it's not. No. I just got done seeing The Snowman. No, The Snowman is terrible. Yeah. That thing is one of the worst. You know what? And much like Bright, it's kind of funny. Much like Bright, yeah, maybe if you had somebody edit it, it could be better. Yeah. But even then, it'll still be a sucky movie. Yeah. But Bright, if you gave it a better editor, I can let it go by hearing. I can let it go.
Tighten the script up. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like this.
I can let you go and say that, oh, this movie was really good. As far as it is now, not really. I mean, at best, it's a C- to me.
Well, I mean, your 2 out of 5 was on.
And
the
I
money.
think I'm being nice. 2 out of 5.
Look, 5. Yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I think I was being very nice. I will definitely lower it down to like a
2.5.
2.5.
2.5. 2.5.
Hold on here. Is this the hell? Huh? Eric's trying to call. Anyways, you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's about two. It's about 2 out of 5. Oh shit, Eris is on. The fuck? What's going on, man?
And wait, were you guys recording?
Yeah. I thought you were like jumping on, like, oh man, I want to jump on this discussion right now.
Oh shit, my bad.
I thought he was like, hey, hold up. Just because we rarely get this and stuff on a weekday stuff when we record this, gotta ask you, Darius, from your perspective, what's your thoughts on Will Smith nowadays?
Has he become a meme yet?
Amazingly not.
Outside of him doing that whole thing with him showing his wife where he's standing off to the side with his hands up showing his wife.
Yeah. Outside of thing. He hasn't gone full meme yet.
Nah, he hasn't. He hasn't hit Jackie Chan what levels yet with that meme. So. Yeah.
But what's going on? I mean, I know
We're
he's.
talking
I know
about
he's got
Bright. But, you know what? Let me ask you. Okay, so you saw the trailer for Bright, right? Or you seen pictures of Bright, right?
I've seen the trailer for it.
Okay. Having not seen it, right? What do you think of it?
Huh. All right. Two things come to mind, and I'll be really, really honest with you.
All right.
Two things come to mind when I saw this trailer. I said, "Wow, okay." It's like you took Ripped and I Am Legend and slapped them together, except there's more people around this time.
You said Ripped?
Yeah, you know, the movie with Ryan Reynolds and what's his face?
Oh,
that movie.
Shit. Yeah. Damn, I forgot about that movie.
Oh!
Yeah, it's like you took the concept.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You mean Men in Black? Except this time we think we can use the white Will Smith, Ryan Reynolds to sell this movie.
R.I.P.D. Let's go.
Oh, I said it. Ryan Reynolds is nothing but the white version of Will Smith. I said it.
Hey, except he got Deadpool to fall back on to make his money. So there you go.
Chris, shut the fuck up.
See, G's telling me to shut the fuck up, folks, because he knows I'm right. He knows I'm right on that.
No, you can't. He keep on hitting the like. Look, D, he got that one thing he can fall back on. You know who else has something to fall back on? Only got 2 movies out of it. That was Will Smith, and that was Bad Boys, and that was me.
See, at the Deadpool 2, Ryan Reynolds is gonna pull a Will Smith. Is it gonna be a Deadpool 3? Nah, I don't think so. Nah.
Maybe.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe you got to talk to the director.
Then he's gonna do Deadpool Cable and then call it a day. So there's that. But anyways,
you got faith that they're gonna do a movie. You got faith that Disney is gonna let Brolin do more than 2 roles like this. You really think that's gonna happen?
Hey, Disney doesn't hate money. Let's be real about this. As much as they look.
Hey, look. I know you assigned your soul to Lord Mickey, Mickey and all that, but I ain't.
Look, I say this as a black person. I say this as a black person right now. Do I feel Disney cares about black people? Not really. But they don't hate money. They're gonna make money off of fucking A Wrinkle in Time and all that shit because they know black people love that shit. They love Ava DuVernay, so they kept her on retainer.
Look,
and they love Oprah. They got money to pay Oprah. That's Disney money right there, sir.
Chris. All right. I feel what you're saying. We don't talk about that Cinderella with Brandy and Whitney Houston anymore. So what make you think Disney made that?
And yet Disney still gets a pat on the back for that movie, shockingly, by the black community. You be shocked.
I'm saying what you're doing right now is giving them a pat on the back.
So wait, let me get this right. So we give them a pat on the back for that movie, but we're ready to
Prince and the Frog. They kind of just disappeared on that movie. That's
what I'm trying. That's what we give him a pat on the back for that, but yet we getting ready to come running at them with damn flaming pitchforks and shit for Princess and the Frog.
Because you couldn't have a black princess. You couldn't do it, you know? And actually, you know what? Nah. Black people are blaming Disney for not pushing it. And Disney's like, nigga, did you go watch it? And then the black community is like, oh, no, man. But we got some problems, man.
I was one of the people that disagreed with D for a second, and then I had to think back, and I was like, shit, he's right a little bit, man. I don't remember a lot of black people really like going ham on this movie like that.
So fake. Black people are so phony when it comes to Princess and the Frog, man. We're one of them, and that's the reason why I have my feelings when it comes to, and this is coming from a nigga that is gonna watch it, but I'm saying this is why I have my feelings when it comes to Black Panther. This is why I have my feelings when it comes to any black property that goes to Disney. We're full of it. Black people, we're naturally full of that shit.
We'll champion the hell out of it we'll champion the hell out of it until prime time.
Hey, black people came together to slander the shit out of Max Landis, to which I was like, that's not fucking hard, folks. I mean, I'm just saying.
That really.
It's not
really
hard. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, man. It's like, come on. It's like, really, you could come from Max Landis. And here's the funny part about it. I laughed. Not at the victims, but just the fact of course Max Landis has sexual allegations. I'm not shocked.
Man, who hasn't? And look. Meanwhile, me and D have a bet. So Vince Vaughn, we waiting for you, dog. No, I'm putting this out there.
Vince Vaughn did it.
No, guys, I put this out there, right? I said this to a friend of mine, and I'm telling this to you guys on the podcast. I believe that ever since Hugh Hefner died, this cloud of protection has been lifted, and everybody's getting called out.
Have mercy on the black community's soul if any of our black faves get hit. And I'm talking black faves, not black faves that we don't give a shit
serious.
about.
And I'm totally serious. Think about this. Really think about this. The moment, the very second that he kicked the bucket, everybody got caught.
Hey,
let some shit about Will Smith pop out, man. People will lose their goddamn minds.
Look. Here's the funny thing. I don't know. I know that we get this protection of, certain people going to be protecting the black community. Something's telling me that it ain't going to be nobody too big, but I think Will Smith is the big one. But here's this. As long as Will Smith don't be called out on like doing nothing gay or nothing like that, I'm fine with that. Because I have a bet with a lot of these. Yes, there's a lot of black people like, no, man, he gay. He got his butt taken away. That's why he's making all that money. Yes, that's the thing.
That's on the level of like, man, don't drink Mountain Dew because it has yellow 5 and it brings down your sperm count. That shit. That's what that shit is.
My nigga.
I'm just saying, man. That's the level of where this is at.
Oh my God! Look, let's just end this podcast, man, because it was bright. We already gave it a 2.5.
2.5. I was sticking with your 2. I was like 2 out of 5, dog.
Oh fuck yeah! Let's stick with that 2 then.
I'll stick with that 2. Hey, folks, look. If you already got Netflix, I mean, look, bright is background noise to me, and that's being nice.
And then again, like I said, you could be one of those people that like it. So you know what? It's worth the try.
I like what you like. It's just, like I said, the potential's there. It's just squandered amidst just stuff, So, there you go. So that's it, folks. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.